Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. You won't see our faces because again, CNK is scared to do a dress-up battle with me. Hey, other than that, we're hopping into our second match of the day. Atlanta Dazed taking on Seattle Sloths in the Silver Premade South or something like that. And right now, this Dazed team has a lot to prove, CNK. They are 3-3. They had a little bit of a slow start to the season. I did get to speak with them before the match, and I know that they are hungry, though. They have put the work in the past 3 weeks, and ultimately it has shown. But again, they're facing the Goliath. It is 6-1 Seattle, so we'll see how things pan out.
Yeah, definitely agree. Atlanta Dazed here. This is not a 100% must-win scenario as far as 100% guaranteed only way to make it to playoffs, but it's pretty much the only way they're going in, right? Because it's a head-to-head them versus another team in this division. If they win it, they're into playoffs no matter what, guaranteed. If they lose, it's all up to if that other team can win or not. We'll find that out basically at the same time as a result of this match happens. But Seattle Sloths here are the 5-1 team in this pool, so a little bit sketchy here for your Atlanta Dazed. Not the easiest team to go up against to secure your playoff hopes, and also one of your teammates is wearing like a neon green skin, so that's not going to help either. Maybe not neon, but still.
Yeah, and again, this is getting a chance to at least message or talk to both teams beforehand. This is like two teams are polar opposites. Atlanta Dazed, they love their control, which again, I have never heard. They love control. I've never heard of a team really say that they love control.
Get out of the league now.
Yeah, and Seattle, they obviously love the hard point, and that's mainly just because they can outslay their teammates. They do know that their fundamentals are a little shaky, which I think can be a problem on red card. But again, this is another map we haven't seen that much, just due to the fact that everybody hates it.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like it. Yet the robot do be putting it in for us week by week anyway, right? It doesn't like us. That randomizer is not a big fan of the players. But I
mean,
come the actual playoffs though, you got ban protect. The red card I imagine will not be played by anybody. There'll be some teams that feel like they're very good at it, but I tell you what, so far off this initial rotation, this Atlanta Dazed team is doing phenomenal, right? Their life is on the line, quite literally, as far as playoffs is concerned, and they're doing everything they possibly can to win this one so far. Seattle Sloths also trying to make sure they get the victory. They want to be the best seed possible. They don't want to go right back up against Atlanta Dazed, but sheesh, some kills back and forth like crazy. The team kill does come in as well. Atlanta Dazed, though, still cooking on this hard point. Things going to be switching up here real quick, though.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think the names are flipped. Not sure about that, but I'm pretty sure.
Right. You're right.
Yeah, because
Seattle is Atlanta, and Atlanta is Seattle.
Okay, so all this talk about this, and I was like, Atlanta Dazed making a good start.
Now fixed on stream.
yeah, it's now fixed as the
all good.
The Dazed team are down 30, so
I thought our boys were cooking. I thought
our boys were cooking too. I was like, no. They're gonna put I don't know. This is gonna be fun though. Other than that, they're still only 20 points down, so they got some life to them.
That's gonna suck for if FaZe end up losing this and they rewatch it. Man, we started up 50 points. How did we lose, bro?
Yeah, I know.
What did the teams just swap? Like,
I know.
Obviously, they'll know right away. But still, it'd just be fun times. This thing's tied up 60. Well, not tied up, but very close to tied up here in Seattle. Once again, starting to get some more points on the board as they're going to hit that 70 points just first there. But this next rotation is going to be in Seattle Sloths trying to make their way there. They should be the first teams on point. The setup going to get started here. They had a little bit of a rough start here on that last hard point. They fought it back at the very end, but now Atlanta Dazed have to try to get a break.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not gonna lie. On a red card hard point, what do you look for, CNK? Because again, this is a map that has basically been non-existent due to the hate it has gotten. So, I haven't seen much. I haven't really gotten a lot to see on how teams should play it. But other than that, what are your thoughts?
I'm gonna be honest with you. This map should be banned from competitive play.
No, I get that, but like,
I'm just kidding. But I mean, honestly, this is one of these weird maps where like rotations are going to be absolutely massive, right? But Really, the big thing on this is like those early setups can be very deadly on a lot of these hills. This hill in particular is very, very contestable. This last hill is going to be an absolute nightmare no matter who's playing on it or what's going down. It's going to be a nightmare. But pretty much every hill on this map, though, you can get a setup going. You can get some decent time in your favor, right? So really, it's going to come down to the rotations and a lot of back to what we kind of saw on our last series on Vault, right? The mid-map control is very important. Like what we're seeing right now from the side of Atlanta Phase, where they've got a player playing Ticket Booth right now. This is going to be big, right? Obviously, Ticket Booth, it's P1. Obviously, someone's going to play Ticket Booth. But in the future as well, like getting towards through that Ticket Booth, going like kind of just pushing yourself right into those back spawns. Spawns are pretty sticky on this map, so getting those spawns is really important really early.
Yeah, that is another thing I noticed when I at least rewatched one match with one of my friend's teammates. I was like, yeah, bro, some of these spawns are just insanely crazy. I don't know how they're getting them. Kind of similar to the Skyline, but hey, you know, that's just how delicate BO6 has become. Skyline, and we all got to get used to it. As now, for those that are still a little bit confused, Seattle Sloths are actually the red arrows on the map, and Atlanta Dazed are the blue arrows. But again, we're not just going to run that into the ground because it's...
It was intended. It was intended. It was intended.
Yeah. So it was intended.
We're just trying to make sure that fans are paying attention. That's all it is.
Yeah. And I think, again, speaking with Seattle beforehand, and especially talking to Z before, he's the captain of this team, and he said hardpoint is their favorite because they get to outslay. And I think that's just the pace that they put, especially Sam and Zach, the two subs for this team. When those are the two that are really setting the tone and setting the pace for this roster. So when they can start finding the kills, everything's going to look a lot more cleaner for the Seattle team. And we see it in the kill feed. Z at 24, Sam and Zach at 16. Everybody actually at a 16 apiece. So right now they're just carrying away with this game as we hit the middle stage of it.
I mean, Z and MacArthur are cooking right now. I mean, those guys are basically both double positive. It's pretty nuts. But Seattle Sloths going to be up 157 to 91 right now, looking fantastic, looking to go up even more on this particular hill. But Chef cooked right now on the hill, going to pick up 2 kills, going to get that last 10 seconds on the way of his team here. But the rotation very much so in by Seattle. They've got the deep spawn on lockdown. They've got the initial time ready to go as well.
Oh, they're spawning out.
I say they got it on lockdown, but what in the Narnia? What is going on?
Oh, that's okay. So I'll tell you this much. I went to C-Bus LAN event, and that's the thing I saw a lot of people play on Red Card. The P2, P3 chain. If you are able to like actually do that correctly, you can get massive time. It's almost similar to P3, P4 on Protocol Hardpoint, as we just saw last match. But yeah, MacArthur just pulled out that sword from the rock, and he's like King Arthur right now.
This guy seems spawned on the opposite side of the map, and he just held it down anyway.
Oh, well, I mean, that's also because like Atlanta, I don't know. We're not checking the top of P3. We think we have it under control. So like little things like calming to your team, like, hey, we don't know where this player is. He's lost in space. Let's make sure we hunt him down. Little things like that is just happening. But I mean, they're finding 3 dead at certain times, and I mean, they're still down 60 though in this map.
We'll see if they can get this one coming back here. They had the God spawns come in and clutch them on this P3, but P4 gonna pop up. Gonna be on the stage here. We're gonna see Seattle trying to break this one on open as Atlanta Dazed gonna be on the time initially. They did a decent job last time around. They got what, a full 40 seconds or so on this time before Seattle was able to get the last 20. So if they can do that again, it'd be pretty good. But already we've got some Seattle Sloths players trying to sneak on in, not gonna get it done right off the bat, but definitely hunted them down there for a second.
Yeah, Sam was literally just going in there guns ablaze and hoping he could. I don't know why these players don't know these walls are wall bang. Okay, there we go. Wall bangable. Like, let's shoot him. Let's limit. That's the thing about this P4, man. It is so difficult to find time just because of that reason alone. But I mean, if you're Atlanta, you're just getting a sub in here and you're getting dirty for the most part, and I like it. I like it. That's big AIDS. What can you find? Double negative, which isn't really the best, I will say, but he's still trying to do something here, putting up a fight as the rotation is in. Hey, big win on the minimap as well. If you were looking at number 8, CNK, he took ticket control, which is crucial. He has freed up some space, but now his teammates, I don't think, are near him. So this is going to be a sticky situation heading into this P4 or P5.
Arthur picks up 2 massive kills. Z picks up 2 as well, and just like that, Seattle Sloths going to break things right back open. Atlanta Dazed do a good job on those initial kills. The flank going to come in as well. The number 3 player immediately just hitting a route. I like to see that from Sam as well. MacArthur with another 2. Zach with 1. I mean, the kill feed is all red, which means blue. Seattle Sloths doing a good job here. They should be able to pick up at least another 15 seconds on this clock. The way they're gunning people down at the moment, looking for over 210 points in a dream. But the Atlanta Dazed have to try to push this one on in. They can't really afford to give up any time at this point in time in this map, but they're trying to fight back right now. But you got players like Sam just being annoying, hitting routes nonstop.
Yeah, and again, just Sam and I believe it's who is it? Sam and MacArthur? No, Sam and Zach, the subs for this team. I pointed out at the middle stage of this game, the way they just hit those routes like you talked about, they just, once the comms come in of where the team is spawning, they're just like, hey, we're just going to flip the map right on its head. We're going to make we're going to make Atlanta get put in the blender early and keep these spawns chaotic. And ultimately, I feel like they just do a good job of feeding off of the energy of Sam and Zach. You know, those are the guys that are forcing flip after flip, and they're reading it perfectly. So, I mean, this team is coming to play early in map 1. Like, you know what I mean? 6-1, they doing it.
Every single individual player on this Seattle team is very scary. But I personally, I would not want to see Z anywhere on this map because he's been taking that AR, putting it in close point-blank situations, and absolutely demolishing some machine gun players. He is a scary individual, to say the least. But Seattle Sloths here. I mean, they're going to be 20 points away from taking this victory. 10 seconds left on the P1. P2 rotation in the books as well. Atlanta Dazed, it's do or die. You got to make a move now. You got to get things going. Full pressure on the board now, pushing through the middle of the map, doing what they can. Seattle Sloths, though, going to be here. Sam getting a first kill towards the hedges, going for the second, gets the second as well. Sam. Massive kill to close this one out here. Picks up a third. Sam's just farming right now. The guys in Idaho picking potatoes.
Man's in Idaho picking potatoes. I love it. I love it. Oh, he's going insane.
I mean, it's actually crazy. 250 to 173 is Seattle. Take that map 1. I tell you what, they're trying to lock in that 6-1 right now. They're trying their best.
Hey, honestly, 7-1's better though. You know?
Yeah, I agree. 7-0, you mean?
Everybody decides to like run top cat and then drop down because the nades. So like.
Some pro teams are always using it, but we did see a couple teams like Boston, for example, that just like sometimes they just never threw the pre-nade. They just, but well, here we go though. Atlanta Dazed offense right off the bat here. They need a first round, so they do lose a player right off the bat as well. Zach gonna get the first blood on the map.
Oh, Z following it up, the double Zach attack combo as Z ripped that person off. AIDS literally watched it and he said, "Yeah, I'm gonna dip," and ultimately got shot in the back. Interesting attack from the side of Atlanta, I will say. They wanted to hit that A site. I think there was only 2 people there. They had an AR posted on palms. They had somebody on the middle of the map. And then what I mean by interesting is both the island kind of attackers, the one in the middle of the map and the one on palms, literally died. And then it was Collapse City.
Yeah, I mean, one of them, it wasn't really fair. He had to go up against Z, which is, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, I'm pretty sure Z was MacArthur, but still, you know how the names are right now. But so it was kind of messed up, right? He got pushed. I don't think he realized right away that he was getting shoved in that aggressively, but hey, that'll happen every once in a while. The big first round out of Seattle Sloths there is they're going to grab the bomb. Now going to be on offense themselves. Looks like they're going to take this to A. This time around, they got a little bit of a different split. They've got one player still in the back, MacArthur with the first blood, who was actually Zacharoni. Still another kill coming in as well. And just like that, 2 players down, 2v4. Have to try to get a retake. Chef getting shot up. Nice help in the middle of the map, though.
By Douche. Douche. That is how you say his name. It is Douche. Or Douche. I don't know. I had a fact check earlier.
So. I'm just kidding.
So, Dave's right there. Hold the phone. Wait, we weren't able to sniff that kill out?
Hey, MacArthur picked them both up.
I guess. Oh, dude, this skin is such a troll.
Dude, it's insane, bro.
I mean, it is a toy army for a reason, bro. And he's got armor plates on the front for a reason. It's Stanton caliber
Do they
bullets.
work, though?
Yeah.
Oh,
they work.
Interesting. Might be cheating that. No, I'm just kidding.
He's like the sergeant from Toy Story. Go there.
Yeah.
Go. That's now
That's what Seattle's saying right now.
Yeah, Seattle up 2-0 here. Look at this. I love the commitment here. 4-man hit towards this A site. I love it. Subs are in. Don't get picked off, though. If you're AIDS, need to be a little bit careful about what you're spreading. Some love, some shoulders. As now, bomb is down. This is where it gets a little bit panicky. If you're Atlanta, you cannot panic here. You have everybody in. You know the pressure's on the inside. Just pick a corner, run with it.
First blood, second blood coming in from Seattle. They just fly on in, pick up a third. The fourth comes down as well as Seattle Sloths, just like that. 3-0 lead. The defuse comes in. When they want to go, this team just goes. But I tell you what, Z, I mean, he's just shooting from that back window. He's top palm. He's laying down on top of the pool, and he just guns 2 of them real quick and calls it a day.
That's just crazy. I mean, I literally said don't get picked.
And then they got picked. I mean,
dude, 2 actually got picked.
So
I was like, hey, you got to be careful of the shoulders that you're throwing. Ultimately, I would have loved to just see everybody just post up on a corner, like literally sit in a corner like you're in Warzone. That's all you need to do. So,
literally though,
or maybe have one person overextend through vault control door and rewrap it. But
I feel like we're watching Marvel Rivals the way these team fights are going down.
Yeah, that is insane.
One of the teams though doesn't have any supports, all DPSs.
Okay.
I mean, another first blood coming in from the side of Seattle, but the trade does come in immediately from Atlanta, which is going to be massive. But that is 4 first bloods in a row for Seattle. So if you're Atlanta, you got to maybe switch that in your favor as Z gets a kill on the map, who's actually MacArthur, who's on a 5 string. The sliding is nuts. But it's like that 1v1 on the map. Z goes for the chow, gets taken down. Now Chef absolutely cooking it up in the pool. And get a nice defuse and get a round on the board for the team.
I will say very bold out of the side of Z there. That man egoed him. And I will say,
I can't lie. I'd be confident.
I'd be confident too, but like,
the way he's been shooting today, I'd be confident.
Yeah.
I don't care who I'm against. I don't care how good of a player I know I'm up against. The way Z has been playing, I'm taking that shot. Should I? No. Am I gonna do it?
Yep. No. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see how it goes down. Atlanta now on the board for the first time of this what map? Oh, RCXD gonna come out. All right. Early use of the RCXD. I like it. As these things are really hard to steer. Oh, don't know if he meant to fall down, but Dooch does find the first blood. Oh, he gets traded out.
Immediately gonna get traded out here. This is Zacharoni. Ooh, Chef though. Nice little flank. Does pick up a kill. I didn't even realize that was going down. My bad. But just like that though, Zacharoni. Nice little trade for the teammate who was actually Sam. Now Sam and Z 2v2 up against Big AIDS and Chef. Just like that, they get a nice kill. Now it's going to be Chef 1v2. And this should get a double push right off the bat. They got the damage down. They're going to probably chow this one out immediately. I love this. Just stacking it back up, getting the kill, and immediately defusing that bomb. And just like that, a round that looked like it could go the way of Atlanta goes right back towards Seattle.
Well, what was huge was the players from Atlanta were split. I think one was up top in P1, and one was down below in that little hole. And with that player falling in the middle of the map, it's literally there's no trade possible there. Like I thought they were stacked, and I was like, oh, they're about to trade this out, make it a 1v1 or maybe a 2v1 situation. But no, they just it's like little things like that in S&D where it kind of drives you crazy because you're like, oh man, like if it goes your way, like it's just a swing gunfight. So it's just huge.
Sometimes you're only one gunfight away from a round win.
It's Deutsch, by the way.
That makes sense. That checks out. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
But, nice little first blood coming in from MacArthur there. Not McFarland, MacArthur. On the outside palms there. That bomb should be already down just like that. I was going to say get planted, but Big AIDS, though. Okay, that guy's going to Omni movement himself out that window. Not going to be 3v4. Atlanta Dazed have to play the retake down a man. This is a very hard objective to retake here as another kill comes from MacArthur on the outside by that P2.
Okay, so they finally get MacArthur. And by the way, MacArthur finding a kill now, which is actually Z. He had the worst timing ever. Whoever was looking down that hole literally gave up that angle the minute that player ran to vault control door. And then I think one of the subs from the side of Atlanta tried to chase and wasn't able to find anything. So
it's a bummer.
Right now, it's ultimately you're just not winning your gunfights from the side of Atlanta. But I think at time there needs to be a little bit of regrouping, especially the past 2 rounds. Some people are trying to overextend and find a kill and kind of, I don't want to say be that hero, but it obviously puts your team in an advantage when you can find a kill in open space. It's just not happening.
Another RC car going to be coming out here. We'll see if this pilot is a little bit better this time around. But MacArthur gets a first blood, then immediately is going to get traded out. Yep. The RC car not going to pick up much other than information, which is very important on a map like this. But Deutsch going to get a nice kill on the board for his teammates. And guess what? Zacharoni going to trade it out. The big aids there to get the trade. Now going to be a 1v2. Sam, though, shuts it down to a 1v1 real quick. Gets out of there as well. So now big aids up against Sam. This is big aids' second 1v1 of the map.
No way.
He's wrapped all the way towards mid B.
No way. No way.
Yep.
Dude, oh my, dude, what was funny is, well, who was it? Who was last alive for Atlanta?
Big Aids.
Big Aids opened the door. They both opened the door. It was just Big Aids was a little bit bigger.
I love they both. Like, I mean, it's got to be the shock of your life when that door starts opening. But they read each other like a book, not gonna lie. But I mean, not really. They didn't know each other were there, but they found out real quick. But still, Atlanta, they needed that round for sure, because Seattle obviously going to be on game point at the moment, looking like they're going to go up 2-0 in this series. But Atlanta not out of it yet. We've seen crazier things happen. We've seen a couple full sales in the CRL. I know that for a fact. Now, I haven't seen a full sale, I believe, since Cold War, but I don't know. And this wouldn't even be a full sale because they did have a round in between there. But the first blood going the way of Atlanta, which is big, but the trade does come in as expected.
Damn. Look at this. Number 7 has slipped through. Somehow, number 7 was able to work that B street. He does find a kill. Trades come in nonetheless. Chef Fable picking up a nice one. Bomb has to go down. This is huge. Zacharoni does a good job of just getting out, though.
This, though. Bro is gone. If he plants this bomb right away, he's so... This guy might be...
Oh, yeah. And he's planting it for art. I love it. Plant it for top art. Just run there. They got to come get you.
Doesn't have an AR, though.
Oh, he's not even going to go up top.
I like this a lot. He has an SMG. He's got to play nice, close, and tight. Ooh. He baits out the door right there. Goes for the good. Gets the first
no
one.
way.
Gotta stay alive. Gonna be a 1v1. Chef versus Zacharoni. Zacharoni gonna lose it. Chef, everything on the line for the team, is gonna get that victory there. Gets his team to 3-5. Now the dreaded 5-3 on the board.
Insane. That's all I gotta say.
I mean, insane. It is quite insane. But 5-3, right where we want him. Where we want him, kid.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
You know, if you're Atlanta, you win 2 rounds in a row there, you're probably feeling a lot more comfortable. You got a few rounds going your way. You get things into that little 1v2. You win it, right? You don't let them clutch up on you. Losing that would be a nightmare for your team, right? But they don't lose it because they ain't dealing with that. Now going to be 5-3 on the board. This bomb getting rushed over towards the A side. Atlanta Dazed once again trying to stack this one up. They send a couple players through. Guess what? They lose the first one. They lose the second. Just like that, they lose the third. Now going to be a 1v4 for Deutsch. Going to get taken down. And just like that, Seattle Sloths going to win in a 6-3 fashion.
Dude, I don't know. They just don't win. I'm speechless.
Gotta win your ones.
There was what? I think most of their offensive rounds, they tried to hit that A site.
And they tried actually Arizona.
It is Arizona?
I'm just kidding.
Oh. I mean, that checks out. Like, it works. It's Zacharoni dipping and diving on some tables early. And on vault control, my friend, it's such a weird game mode to me. It's usually just like, hey, lives are pretty much the most important thing. I mean, so are ticks, so.
See how this one's going to go down right off the bat. Couple kills either way across the board here, but I like this from Seattle kind of pushing through already on that B side of the map, getting some mid-map control as well. Gotta watch out, though, because these Atlanta Dazed players, they've got the passion. They get some kills on the board. That's 68. Chef is going to go on the flank. Z reads him out, hears him, get the second kill as well. He's starting to gun now. 3 kills go the way of Seattle, and that's going to break things open just a little bit.
Yeah, this is huge.
Stacking the point on A, geez. More stack.
I don't know.
Look at go.
Sorry, I was yawning right there. But it's just like, it's instantly, it's crazy to see like Seattle. Even if it's like the first 2 seconds of, I don't know, even if it's like the first 30 seconds of a map, it may look close. But once Seattle, that player, he finds that turn and burn, he's able to find a nice 2 spree when he's not even when he shouldn't find that kill. It's just like everybody awakes because it's usually stemming from Z and Zacharoni.
Z and Zacharoni, quite the duo. Zaccaroni on a 7 streak, now on a 0 streak. As of course, the millisecond I start to bring it up, he dies. But they get basically just getting a 4 stack down, getting it in the minimum 9 seconds right off the bat, which is actually insane. But Atlanta Dazed now doing a good job, kind of keeping up with some kills here, holding down that B side. I say that as a Z slowly sneaking through. No one really eyes on him right now. He's going to get onto that B point. Not going to be too much there. The team kill on Atlanta Dazed is probably going to come back to bite them, but they are still clearing out this B site. Got to watch out because Sam and MacArthur are going to get some kills on the board there. Going to start slowly pushing up the map. But Chef Fable, he's just going to be annoying.
Oh, he's able to find 2, so that is good. That is good. You bring him down. I feel like they're doing a good job. Sam could make a big play here. Oh, the stun goes through, but Deutsch isn't able to find a good one. And hey, another thing about this Atlanta FaZe team, again, talking to them before the game, like Cody said, he's a high engagement player, and Deutsch is such a calm, cool, consistent guy. He's never seen Deutsch really be have a bad map, and I was like, oh, I was like, do your losses kind of come from them having those bad maps and obviously you not winning your gunfights? He was like, yeah, that was the problem early on. He was like, when Deutsch isn't being that consistent slayer for us, that's when we kind of get in our heads. And obviously when Cody, with such an aggressive player, when he's not able to find anything going like that's not going to help your team. So it's just interesting to see these guys be like, hey, we're aggressive, but we know it's like high risk, high reward.
Yeah, I mean, most definitely. This Seattle team, though, starting things out right off the bat here. 6 takes on the board, winning that first offense. So now Atlanta is going to be very much so an uphill battle here because that B point is very difficult to take. Now 4v4 on the map. Atlanta Dazed is going to be on the offensive side, kicking things off right off the bat. We'll see if maybe they decide to kind of opt towards going towards that B side early, but they're going to go and hit the mid out, go towards that A. They're going to have to deal with Seattle players from literally all sides right now as they push on in from every angle. They pick up that first kill, and we're going to see a couple more kills go down on the board here shortly. Zaccaroni spots the player out down in the tunnels, is going to get that kill. All 4 players wiped, no one dying on Seattle. So now the spawn pressure is going to start becoming a problem as well. As Atlanta Dazed, if they're not careful, could get significantly out-map pressured here very quickly.
Yeah, bro. Zach is just flying. Like, this man is like a bald eagle. He's, like, barely scraping the corner of buildings and edges and stuff like that. But, again, you know, this is what Seattle does best. They love to put you in the blender. No matter which map it is, they will come out to slay. And, again, Atlanta, they got to find something here. But you have number 4, you have number 2 literally circling this A point.
Seattle's crazy right now. I mean, they're going to be up by 8 kills right now, trying to extend that out even further as it goes to 9. Shout out to Sam. Had to ruin my number count. Seattle Sloths here. He does it again. But Seattle Sloths looking very deadly on this map. Already a 10 kill lead, up 1-0 round count wise, and have not given up a single tick on defense yet for round 2. Still picking up kills. You can't even flank these guys. Yeah. He's trying to do just that. He gets taken down as well. But Atlanta, desperate moves, going to have to come in here shortly. They've got the full flank coming in from Z, who's all the way in their deep spawn backside of the map. They're trying to push on in from the side angle here. Not much time. 8 seconds remaining on the round. Have to hop on something or it's going to be done.
Yeah, and interesting. Okay, so they do hop on A. I was going to say somebody was on B for a minute. I don't know what happened, but looks like they decided to rewrap to A, but hey, you got Z lurking in the background. Z finds a triple piece.
He's on a 9 streak. Right?
He's on a 9 streak, and he's just, hey, that's Seattle for you.
Z just walked all the way back fire.
Yeah.
Got into the back spawn, got a couple kills, walked all the way back up, killed the guy on the hill to end the round. And he's running routes of his own out there with that AR at a very, very much so snail's pace. He's taking his time while Zach and Sam and MacArthur just fly around 100 miles an hour right into Atlanta's face. But now Atlanta, down 2-0 in the series and 2-0 in the control of the team kill right off the bat. Not going to help out as they lose 3 players right off the bat. Deutsch, though, by himself holding down the B side of the map. Got to be nice and careful, but that 8 point starting to fly by as Seattle stacking it up just a little bit, even though they only have 1 player on it and a couple players playing for those spawns.
Sorry. Oh my god, I'm so tired because of school. But that team kill basically describes how this match has gone for the side of Atlanta. It is just a smack in the face, and it's just like, damn. Now Z. Z
This is crazy.
Z is taking some routes here, man. Like, he's on an 11 spree.
15-4 on an 11 streak.
Well, like, he knows where they're spawning, too. Like, look.
Last time this guy died, he was dead even. Just think about that. He's going to be calling these guys spawning out to his teammates, and he's spawning them deep corner as well. So they're spawning nowhere near the B objective, which is about to get triple stacked, by the way. Never mind double. Z decided to stay in arc. Thank you, Z. Appreciate you doing that. But Chef Fable is cooking. That's 2 big kills right there. That keeps his team in it right now. Still going to be down 4 lives, so got to be a little bit careful here. But Seattle Sloths, I mean, Chef Fable, he gets up in that spawn. That's going to just be a little bit of disruption, but that should be just enough for his teammates to hit a little bit of a reset.
Oh, and number 6 was able to sneak in through, but I think he was spotted. So, unfortunately, number 6 was only able to find one before he gets traded. And now, a little bit of song and dance is about to be sung right here as number 1. Again, Z, up in your face. The man right back to doing what he's doing best. He's on a 3 spree. I tell you what, this is what happens on Vault, whether it's hardpoint or control. When you have a player with a high caliber ability to slay out, when they get lost, it is such a dangerous spot. It is so dangerous for that to happen on the opposing team because, again, it's just going to be playing like peekaboo. He's going to pop up here. He's going to be like, hey, I'm going to find a couple pieces. I'm going to go back into hiding. I'm going to find another 3-piece, go back into hiding. So it's just a headache for the side of Atlanta.
Atlanta, 7 lives remaining, 1 tick defending you from your playoff chances. But Seattle Sloths cutting those players down, slowly moving their way back up the map, trying to get back into that mid-map control. They get another kill as well. Only 4 lives remaining for Atlanta. No respawns allowed from here on out. Everything on the line. Cruise Missile comes in, kills another player. 3v11 on the map. Seattle Sloths have to try to make it happen. 2 players left for Atlanta. Seattle Sloths, though, pushing up. They're on the point, shutting this one down. Chef Fable by himself, who's actually big aids. Just like that, it's done. Seattle Sloths going to win the Control 3-0, win this series 3-0, and going to shut down the Atlanta Dazed playoff hopes.
All right, so we saw the fastest map be played today, 7 minutes. I want to know what this time was because
that fast.
Oh, you don't think
this is going to be like 11?
All right, I'm calling it 9.5.
Ooh.